and splits or something like that. I don't remember what the second one, but lead generation was definitely one of the ones. And I'm finding that with everybody I talk to, especially if they've been on a team where they're too afraid to leave mama spoon feeding them.
It's so funny. I just literally had a conversation with an agent the other day, and I'm like, okay, look, you know, this is what you have to do, but you have to actually do it. I said, if you want to pay 50% for someone to tell you what to do, then go for it. But you can do it without them. But a lot of people don't, you know.
So Robin, I don't even know what lead generation sources are available. No one has even shown me yet.
Okay, so I'm just going to share my screen. This is not
Good.
totally what we were supposed to be doing, but no one really cares because
I was thinking the same thing.
we
I know
want to
some
do
stuff, but not everything.
okay, so you got, can you see my screen that has EXP compensation plan on it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So this is the slide deck that I created. It's got some slides in there from Meg that she did. And then I added just a ton. So what I did is I made this presentation, and I will get to your point around this slide, which I found on the internet. I don't even know who did it. It had EXP. It was in an EXP area. So I can only assume that EXP physically did this. But anyway, you've got this own section, learn, sell, and earn. So what I started with was the learn, right? And said, okay, we give, you know, instead of sitting in that meeting, we have a big thing. You've got 80 hours, you've got on demand, you've got broker, you've got impact, and you've got success. So, and I think that makes it easier for people to digest, even though it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different learning resources. Each one has this learn thing here. So hopefully they're tracking what we're saying. Then we go to the sell. This is the lead generation slide that I made, and I was trying to keep it to one slide on purpose so that it was an impactful thing. Do you know what I mean? Rather than it being like little itty bitty pieces, because no one really cares. In this presentation, the point of this is we say yes, and this is not pretty. We're sending this off to someone to make it pretty. But the point of this is that we have a ton. So the make it rain right here, this is what EXP talks about. These are very, very inexpensive leads that you can purchase. They're Facebook leads. It's $100 a month, and they just come straight into KV Core. So most of these are through KV Core, which is why this is at the top. The only one on here that's not through KV Core is Express Offers. If you guys get Express Offers certified, you can get leads sent to you from Express Offers at a 25% referral fee. Do you guys know what Express Offers is, everybody?
No.
Okay, so real quick, Express Offers is the EXP's iBuyer platform, which is where we are able to, okay, I'm gonna do the 2-minute rundown. Okay, so Open Door first came in, and they were doing, we buy homes for cash, right? So they were kind of the first big one to the market. Lots of people have been doing this forever, right? But they were like, we buy ugly houses, you know, all this stuff. But Open Door was the big platform that came on the market, right? And then it became like the buzzword, right? Do you have a cash offer program within your brokerage? Okay. So when I was with Keller Williams, they came out with one called Keller Offers. Believe it or not, Carolina, one here in Charleston had one, maybe still has one. Then Zillow has one. Zillow will buy your house for cash. You can get a cash offer. So the purpose of Zillow and some others doing this is it's amazing lead generation, right? You can only imagine if somebody wants to sell their house for cash, they probably want to list it too, right? So if they put all their information into the platform and say, give me a cash offer, then Zillow is now selling that as a listing lead back to the agents. Okay, if you're a Zillow agent. The I think the main challenge with these types of programs is it takes a lot of cash, right? Zillow, the last report I read, which was not for 2021, but for 2020, is that they did not make any profit. Zero.
I believe they put the program on ice about 5-6 days ago. And because they have
They
such
did.
a backlog that they are trying to work through.
They did. But the reason that they're not making, well, I shouldn't say this. One of the reasons potentially why they're not making a lot of money is that they have to come up with their own cash to buy these homes. So Glenn and his team and all of their forward thinking said, you know what, we're not going to use our cash. We're going to use other people's money. So the Express Offers platform does have some big players on there. I think Fidelity's in there. So we have some really, really big investment companies in there buying properties. However, anyone that sells at least 25 homes a year and can prove that they have the cash to do so can be part of this platform. So the really cool part of this is if you are someone who does fix and flip, and that is part of your business model, you can be part of this platform. Now, we cannot wholesale as part of this platform. However, fix and flip, that type of thing, you just set up your buy box and you're in. So Jessica Nieto, which is out in California, has a very big business through Express Offers as well as her real estate business. So if you become Express Offers certified, here's the cool thing for the residential agent. And this is what I love telling people. With EXP and only with EXP, number one, you get paid commission. So if you have a client who wants a cash offer and you become Express Offers certified, which is a little course, you go in there, you get a cash offer, you get the same commission as if you listed the property. When I was with Keller Williams, we got 0% commission, which did not incentivize me at all to have my client use that platform. Number two, you can then get leads back. Just like Zillow, people are putting leads in there that potentially end up listing their property or potentially end up not selling at all or whatever. And then those leads are then aggregated and sent back to people, which is amazing. Then with Express Offers, you have the winning listing presentation. You go into that listing consultation, right? And you say, okay, this is how I can sell your home. Traditionally, we're going to stage it, blah, blah, blah. This is the price range I think we can get for it. And by the way, I have 2 cash offers for your house. Here they are. Which would you like to do? So it's not a do you list with me? It's which option would you like to choose? So why would anyone not list with you? So to me, it is like, I don't know, it's like the coolest thing ever. And I don't have to worry that I'm not going to get paid. So enough on that. That's I think Express Offers is genius, absolute genius.
Are you certified, Robin?
I am.
Okay, and you can't give that to a team member. It has to be you, right?
What do you mean give it to a team member?
The lead.
No, it's however you want to do it.
Yeah,
It's-
you
I mean, you
personally
could take
have
that
to.
lead. No, you could take that lead and give it to somebody else.
Oh, you
It's
can.
just, yeah, you're not gonna, like, I'm not gonna get a lead from Express Offers if I'm not Express Offers certified.
Okay.
But I think what you do with that lead is like, whatever. Right?
And to get certified, you have to have sold 25 homes a
Mm-mm.
year.
No, that's if you want to be part of the platform. Any agent can be Express Offers certified. Just go to Workplace and go type in Express Offers, and there's a link at the top where it's just a course you take, just a video course,
Okay.
on demand kind of thing. And then there are a lot of agents that are using Express Offers. So I would say, they have little things in the EXP world on it. If it's interesting to you, I would join some of those, classes and masterminds and stuff like that, because people are really leveraging this in some pretty unique ways.
And what do you pay?
25.
You don't pay anything.
You don't pay to get the leads? You just take the
No,
course?
it's a 25% referral fee.
Okay. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So you brought up another thing, Robin, and I'm sorry, I'm new and I'm taking up time. These,
Fine, that's what we're here for.
all of these things are recorded. You know, like your business planning, people that won't be able to be there, it's recorded and saved somewhere. Where is it saved?
What we do is we do our best to go live on Impact Worldwide.
Impact
So everything is in that stream. And when we do our business planning clinic, it will be the same. We will go live on Impact, and Impact is a closed group. Right now we're live on Impact. It's a closed group. So we're not worried about this being like the best marketing piece ever. It's just for us and Impact.
Awesome. Yeah, I really look, if I had this slide, and I'm going to go back to agents. So I can't wait for you to put it together, because I tried to do a PowerPoint. I didn't know where to get these pieces of information. You know what I mean?
I can literally, where's the chat box? Let me see if I can, I'm going to see if I can just drop the whole presentation in the chat box. I mean, it's not particularly pretty, but
I don't know if can I save it from the chat box?
I'm thinking so.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get.
Yeah, you can download it.
Okay.
I think you have to quit sharing your screen.
Oh, good call. Thank you. All right, let's try. Okay. Okay. Okay.
What if we all type our email addresses and you can just send it that way?
Yeah, that might be a good, I mean, I'm in there. I'm just trying to figure out why it won't let me into the place where it is, which is weird. It's not giving me, I don't actually have access to the drive that where it actually is, which is kind of weird, but yeah, go ahead and put it in there. And then I'll just take a quick look at it and we'll get her done. But so just to get back to that screen share, okay, so you have Make It Rain, you have the call and text capture. This is the sign writer that you can put, and you put your smart number on there through KV Core. And this is pretty much free, right? All you have to do is buy the sign writers and pay, what is it, like $10 or $15 a month for the smart number, which you'll use a ton of different ways, not just in this. But basically what they do is mine say like text happy to whatever my smart number is. They text happy, then I immediately get a text that they texted that yard sign. They get a copy of the MLS listing. You get their phone number. It's like the best sign call ever, because nobody calls signs anymore because nobody wants to talk to anybody. So they just do the call text. They just text, and then you got them and you call them. You're like, hey, you outside the house? Yeah. You want to see it? Yeah. I mean, you know, sign call script. You've got pay-per-click Google ads, Core Messenger bot. If you guys don't have the Core Messenger bot, you need to get it on there now. This is awesome AI technology. It's $15 a month. It literally chats with your leads for you. When they look at X number of homes or the same home X number of times, it starts reaching out to them and saying, hey, do you like this? Do you like this? Do you like this? Blah, 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 blah. And at the end, it'll say, would you like me to connect you with an agent? And the person says, yes, whatever. And then boom, you get a text message that says, by the way, this person wants you to call them. So it's incredible. Best with your colder leads, then of course you're the leads that you're nurturing, but still really, really good. Core Logic, this is paid, but this is pretty unique. So what this is, and I know you guys have heard of this, is there are all those companies out there that look at how long people have lived in a home, what their mortgage balance is, all this other stuff. And it enables them, the CoreLogic uses this data and says, okay, here are the people that are most likely to list their home. That's pretty cool. Then you can just get basic seller leads. These are home valuation leads. These are paid. So landing pages, and did I get squeeze pages on here? Yes, these two right here, these are free. And what you do is a landing page is something that you create when you've got potentially like a listing on the other side. So maybe you say, okay, you know, to see this amazing home, fill out this information. I've used landing pages when I had a home buyer or home seller packet, right? And I have updated packets that if you guys need a 2021 fall home buyer packet, then let me know. The landing page, you just say, okay, fill in this information and you'll get the packet. This is great. You can put it on Facebook. You can email it out to your database. You can do all kinds of things with it. Put it in Facebook groups, totally free. Squeeze page is the same thing. It's like a landing page, but you put an MLS search behind it and you do the search in KV Core and you say, you know, all homes under 300,000 in whatever. Always best to come up with something that is very hard to find on Zillow, right? If it's easily searchable on Zillow, people are not going to fill out their information. So make it something that either Zillow doesn't have a search criteria for, or it's a really hard thing to find. Homes under 300,000 are hard to find, period. You have in here AI. Oh, by the way, I should say, Denise, who's not on this call today, she's showing a house, she's selling a house, did KV Core's little course she shared with us last week, where she created a Facebook ad with a squeeze page. And I think she spent, what was it, guys, $25, and she has 2 buyers, one of them right now, and the other one was, I don't know, pipeline, but coming relatively soon. For $25, she has 2 buyers. And she said it took her, what, 25 minutes, maybe an hour to put together. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
I'm sorry.
KV Core, go ahead.
Can you repeat that? She took the KV Core what?
So in KV Core, there's a course on how to write a Facebook ad. And I'm just going to text her right now and just say, hey, will you share with us? What was the course you took in KV Core? So, but I would encourage you guys to just go into KV Core and look up tutorials on Facebook ads. She said it was a little complicated. She had to have 2 screens and she kind of watched the video and then she kind of did it and then she paused and then watched more video and then did it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it wasn't totally intuitive, but to get 2 buyers for $25, I think that's like, is worth a little bit of a learning curve. KV Core Property Boost, the one I have highlighted, this is pretty much, it's totally done for you. Every time you have a listing, you just go in there, you click it and you say, boost my property. I usually do it for a week for $60. Even if it goes under contract, leave it up there. People are still coming in. It does pretty well. My average for Property Boost is $8 a lead. And I have never not gotten a buyer off of that. $60. Now it may be pipeline, but somebody who's like, yes, I'm looking to move to Charleston, and yes, this is when I'm looking to move. So totally worth $60. You've got in here Core Social. So if you guys don't want to do social media, they will update your social media for you and put blogs and all kinds of cool stuff on there. AI retargeting. If you guys don't know what this is, you do know what it is. It's just, you don't realize it. So artificial intelligence, the retargeting is when you've looked at something on Google and then you go to another page on Google and then like all of the things that you just looked at show up on the right-hand side as like ads. Like I was looking for shoes and now all I get is shoe ads on the right-hand side. That's because they have a retargeting pixel is what it's called. And it says, hey, this person looked at this one thing. So then that pixel goes back in and it shows you that same thing over and over and over and over and over. So what this will do is you put up a Facebook ad, and if anybody clicks on it, it'll show them that ad over and over and over and over and over again, which is cool. You have pitch sheet. This is not new, but it's something that I have just kind of started looking into. It's super cool. So as the market continues to shift, we are again going to have expireds for sell by owners, all this other stuff, right? And we're always looking for something to set ourselves apart when we're in competitive listing situations. So this pitch sheet basically takes your database in KV Core and turns it into this really cool marketing piece that says, look, I have 2,000 people in my database, and I'm going to use that database to hone in on the buyer for your home. So it's just another way to look like a rock star, and it's done for you, which is pretty cool. And maybe that's not lead generation, but I kind of think it is, because if you can close more listings, that's great. Core concierge, this is not cheap, guys, but if you have a team or something else and you're like, hey, I need to hire an ISA to call my leads, the team isn't converting them, whatever, you can hire KV Core to call your leads, warm them up, and then send them back to the agents. So this is not something for every agent. However, it's available and a lot easier than going out and trying to find an ISA, training that ISA, and then having them call the leads. So,
Do you know what that costs?
say again?
What does that cost?
I don't know. Jessica has looked into it. I don't know. She just said it was not cheap, and I would assume it's not cheap.
Yeah.
But the good news is if KV Core is offering it, then they're doing the hiring, they're doing the training, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So potentially something to look
I
into.
think I remember it being like over $1,000 a month.
Oh, geez.
That sounds about right.
It wasn't, yeah, it was, and a little bit more than that. But for huge teams that have, 1,000 leads coming in a month, I think it that's cheaper than hiring a $50,000 a year person.
Yep. Particularly because, and I've had an ISA, it's not even the cost of that ISA, it's the tracking at the training, the follow-up, like all of that is so much time, like how many leads did they call? How many are they converting? Do they need more script practice? Blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? You've got to keep on top of that person. So, yeah. So that's the lead generation page. Any questions? There is more in KV Core, by the way, for lead generation, but this is just what I could fit on the page.
Where did you get all of these pages, Robin?
You mean these tiles?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you go into KV Core, you go into Marketplace, okay, at the top, and I'm trying to move your faces. Okay. So you have things that you can increase productivity, get more leads, promote your listings, increase productivity, that type of thing. Okay. So what I do, and here are the tiles. So you can just click learn more. And again, this is on the Marketplace tab over here in KV Core. So this is my son. Okay. Every Windows computer, are you still seeing my screen?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, if you type in snip,
Mhm.
Yep.
you'll come up with something called the snipping tool app. Okay. So if you go down to your snipping tool, here's my snipping tool. And this opens up when you click snipping tool app. So I click on new, and then you see how it grayed out the screen.
Mhm.
So I can literally highlight anything. And I don't, I don't know how to get rid of that. So here it is, right? And then I just click save. And I was just lazy because I was 7 hours in. So everything's in downloads, right? I click save. And then when I go into PowerPoint, I just literally insert image from computer, go into, I have your face again, just go into my downloads, and there it is. And I just literally drop it right on the screen. And
We
I
need to
can't-
borrow your son.
Oh my God, he's freaking awesome. Oh, and I'm paying for a product called Loom, which is like a video interaction, recording, put your face in there, all this other stuff. He's like, you do know there's a program out there for free where you can also write on the screen and you can do all this other stuff. So he shows me all that. I'm like, well, that just saved me $10 a month. So
It is 11 o'clock a.m. Let's dance.
I was like, yep. So that's, to love my alarm. So literally you can see how many times I used that snipping tool last night. So this is the Impact Worldwide Facebook page. This is Workplace that I pulled out that. I pulled out the header for success. These I got off of the internet. This is, look, who is that? So this was, straight off of Facebook, right? I just did a snipping tool, took that. So yeah, Marketing Center. So I use the crap out of that snipping tool. Oh, by the way, more ways to lead generate. Okay. So we all just need to get super creative. So we have just aligned with Curbio. Have you guys heard about this yet?
No.
Okay. If you guys are not plugged into EXP announcements in Workplace, like set yourself up for every notification, turn off everything else in Workplace except for your broker's notifications.
Okay.
And just leave your broker and EXP announcements. Okay. EXP announcements is just everything that's coming up and new. All right. Have you guys, before I tell you about Curbio, have you heard about the hub yet? Okay. Here's the hub. We now have in the EXP world, we have a place called the hub. And it's just like set up like a conference. But in there is all of our ancillary services and people sitting there to answer your questions. Like 360 tours. If you guys haven't heard about 360 tours, you can do virtual staging. You can do virtual home improvement. So if you have a house that you want to virtually improve to show people what it would look like if you renovated the kitchen, 360 tours, which is an EXP partner, can show them what that renovated home would look like in
Have
the
you
MLS.
used them, Robin?
What?
Have you used them?
I have not yet. No. Have you?
Yes, they're in the United Kingdom. So
Yeah.
there's a big lag in time and things. And then they'll
Okay.
say, pick a time that you want, because you have to meet the person there to do
Okay.
everything. And it's 2 or 3 hours, depending on, like, if you want the virtual staging, it's 3 hours. And I also, you can do drone video. They do 3D renderings. And it's actually very affordable for, if you just want photography and visual tours, it's probably the cheapest way to go. But scheduling is terrible because they'll tell me to schedule a time and then, they'll send me an email saying that's not available. And then I have to log back. It's just, for somebody, the way we are with our schedules,
Yes.
it's just a little hard with the scheduling, but it is.
Make sure you put that feedback in Workplace
Okay.
because they need to fix it and they will. Like, get on them. That's the one thing I know about EXP is they do listen so much to their agents. I mean, everybody started complaining about how expensive EXPCon was and they dropped the price. Okay, Curbio. And then I'll let everybody go because it's 3 minutes after. Curbio is not in every state yet. They will be. Just like Express Offers was not in every state, but it will be. I mean, it is now, but it wasn't. The Curbio is renovate now, pay when you sell. So Curbio is an interest-free loan that you can give to your sellers to renovate their home if they don't have the money.
How do they make money then if it's interest free?
That's a great question. And it does actually say, I went and actually looked at it online. It was really, I was like, there was a point in there, it was like, how does Curbio make money? And I was like, it was under FAQ or something.
If you scroll down, I think it's in that next list. How does Curbio make money?
There you go.
Oh, probably from, you use their general contractors.
Yep.
There you go. Okay.
So they pay them a commission. But you know what? If you have, it's just like knock, ribbon, all of these other products that are give you bridge loans or cash to buy your next home or whatever. There's a cost involved with these things. I mean, you're not going to get the cheapest painter out there and get an interest-free loan.
Right.
However, you know, it does give options for people when they really, really need to renovate. And I think that it is one more way, two things, one more way to help our clients. And I think as EXP agents, it's like what more can our leadership team do to give us tools in our tool belt to win listings and be able to service our clients to the highest level. Number two, it's a great way to compete with other brokerages. I don't know if you guys know this, but Coldwell Banker provides their own renovation product. So when you're talking to Coldwell Banker agents, they're like, well, we have a renovation project, you know what I mean? Like we can do that for our clients, you know? You're like, well, we have that too. So I think it's another way for us to be able to continually stay on the front end of everything. You know what I mean? And I don't know anybody else that has health insurance, so we're still winning there. But, you know, we want to be the agency, the brokerage that has as many tools as possible.
Right. The one thing we don't want is it said on the next line that you just X'd
Yeah.
out of, any realtor can do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't want
And-
to tell people any realtor can do it.
Well, yes, absolutely. And here's the thing, is this is now a preferred partner. So there will be some benefit for EXP agents by partnering with Curbio because they're now what we're considered a preferred partner. So we'll get some kind of discount or some kind of something. We'll get something out of it.
Wow, I learned so much today, Robin. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, my pleasure. Okay. So let me just, I know this is, well, it's on Impact, right? So we can get email addresses. And I think, I mean, I'm just gonna take a picture of all this and then I'll just send everybody on here the PowerPoint. And then we will, when we get, that's a video, when we get everything done, we'll send everybody out the presentation for sure. But, you know, not everybody may want to use the whole thing or whatever. It's probably too long, but. Anyway. Thank you all very much. Any last comments, questions, thoughts before we call it a day?
No,
Nope.
thank you. Thanks.
All right. Well, thanks to you all for being here today. I appreciate all of you. And I'm going to make the new sheet right now. Ready for next week. So let's just continue to time block for agent attraction. We got a time block for it. Morning, one day a week, if nothing else.
Do you find one day's better than another day? Has anybody found? I'm thinking Wednesdays for me. I have this block that's open, but I absolutely trying to do it every day. I'm not doing it.
No, Wednesday's a good day. Most agents don't do much on Wednesdays. I've also had luck on Friday mornings.
Okay.
Everybody's kind of checking out on Friday anyway. They're hungover from Thursday out and yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys.
All
I'll
right.
see you.
Thanks, y'all. See you next time. Bye.